47 Weeks, Life and Learnings of a Dietetic Intern. Hey guys, welcome back to 47 Weeks. It's week 39. Next week I have staff relief. That's crazy. I know I still have one elective week and one project week in there, but it really feels like it's just smooth sailings from here. Next Thursday before the intern meeting, we're going to try to take the intern class photo again. And I've been helping Deb plan it some more. Because there's 10 of us, we're all going to hold up a letter and spell out dietitians. And I found some letters spelled out in food that then I cut out and posted on construction paper on different colors. So I was actually doing arts and crafts in my internship, which is awesome. Also, I sat in on a few meetings with the different team leads. I worked on some revisions for the nutrition support handbook that they would do when they reprint it for the next interns, because it's one of my jobs as the office manager of the interns. Tuesday, Deb actually had meetings all day, so I got to work from home. And I actually sang that song in my head all the time. You can work from home. Oh. But I was also working on the management staff relief project, and I started the lit review that we need and looked at some hospitals that do room service across North America and see how they do it and what their outcomes are. We also spent some time reviewing the SAP program and all the financial budgeting things and all the different kinds of reports. Friday was really nice. We went on a walk meeting and got some exercise in the public gardens. I was actually off at 2:30 on Friday, but I stuck around in the intern's office because I worked at 6 and there was no point of me biking home half an hour each way just for a couple hours. I had a great 2 weeks in clinical management, and it was so nice to get to know Deb, and she's so professional but so easy to talk to, and we could talk about things from budgets to scrotal edema. My learnings for the week include, I found out the reason that a lot of dietetic jobs are out in British Columbia. It's because they have the lowest ratio of dietitians per 100,000 individuals. There's 25. And in Nova Scotia, we have the highest at 56 dietitians per 100,000 people. So that sucks. I learned that currently the Pressure Ulcer Committee does not really make time to touch on nutrition when doing, patient rounds and that sort of stuff, which I found shocking and a little disappointing, because we know that if they're not getting the right nutrients, it doesn't matter if their pillow is positioned in the right way, they're not gonna heal. When it comes to budgets, I learned about efficiency targets, and what that is a small percent that you as a manager would have a lot of praise for if you saved that percent of the budget. So a small percent, like 0.8 of the budget, is actually 144,000. So that's a lot of money, and that's not even 1%. And they might want you to try to save that much money that year. At one of the meetings, it was talked about how important it is to hire for attitude and the right fit for somebody that you're hiring, in particular a dietitian, than the amount of knowledge they have. Because you can always teach knowledge, you can't often change attitude and fit. So that's good to know. I learned that if you're a dietitian working in a clinical setting and you're giving people a lot of nutrition support, you can further get registered with the National Board of Nutrition Support and kind of have a higher proficiency, so you can prove that you're an expert in tube feeding and TPN. Email and communication is definitely a big part of any manager's role, and I learned that as a clinical manager, it's an even bigger part, because Deb is getting emails every few minutes and she responds to them quickly and professionally, and that's what we did a lot of the time, is go through emails and find the right wording to respond to some nice and some frustrating emails. Lastly, I learned that Deb has blueberries in cereal for breakfast every morning, and that she likes drinking tea every day and cherries and polka dots. Today is Saturday and I work tonight, but there's an interns gathering at Farzana's house and she's gonna make her delicious chicken salad and other dishes, and you know, it's winding down in internship and I feel like I haven't spent enough time with all the interns. So I really hope that I get to be off early so that I can come and spend time with all of them and eat the food. Other than that, Sunday I'm spending finishing my QI report and finally have that out of the way. And I'm also going to prepare for staff relief, so review some things about dysphagia and managing stroke and MBSs. Just a quick review because I'm fairly confident that it's going to be a really good staff relief week. Michelin is going to be there the first half of the day on Monday and kind of go over her patients and what she's been doing and kind of review everything I might need to know how to do. And then it's just going to be me and my own for the rest of the week. We have an MBS together on Wednesday, and other than that, who knows what the week will bring. Thanks for all your support and thanks for watching. Remember, sustain your body, sustain your life.